My mom didn't ask. She told me, take off grandma's ring and give it to your sister. She was pregnant with my fiance's baby. That's when I realized I wasn't being replaced, I was being erased. Stay with me because the courtroom ending is something they never expected. I'm Ava, the hardworking nurse who's always busting her ass on those killer night shifts at the hospital, saving lives while everyone's crashing out. Nolan, he's my dude, my rock, or so I thought. 7 freaking years together, man. He pops the question with grandma's killer sapphire ring, the one that's been in the family forever, sparkling like it's got its own spotlight. We're talking epic proposal under the stars, tears, hugs, the whole 9 yards. My little sister Cassie, she's the wild card, always crashing at our pad unannounced, batting her lashes like she's in some rom-com. Just hanging out, sis, she'd say with that fake-ass grin. But deep down, I felt this gut punch, like something was off, you know? Like when you catch a whiff of smoke but can't spot the fire. Nolan starts calling her the fun one behind my back. Yeah, I overheard that crap once. I'm the reliable one, the chick who plans everything, pays the bills on time, keeps the fridge stocked. Cassie's the party girl, flipping her hair and laughing too loud at his lame jokes. One night, I dip out early from work, feeling beat, and walk in to find her in my silk robe, chowing down on eggs he's whipping up at 2 a.m. Innocent hangout, they swear up and down. My heart's racing, but I swallow it, tell myself I'm paranoid. After all, family's family, right? Blood's thicker than water, or some bull like that. But the cracks keep widening, dude. Whispers in the kitchen, her perfume lingering on his shirts. I'm grinding through double shifts, coming home wiped, and they're just talking. Mom and Dad, they adore Cassie, always have. She's the baby, the one who gets away with murder. Me, I'm the strong one, expected to suck it up. Then, bam, the bomb drops at Sunday dinner. Cassie's preggers, tears streaming, and Nolan's right there, arm around her like he's her knight. Mom's all, blessings come in weird packages, Ava. Dad nods, he's stepping up, kiddo. No one even glances my way, like I'm invisible. My world's flipping upside down, pain slicing through me like a hot knife. Betrayal? That's an understatement. It's a freaking gut wrench. And just when I think it can't get worse, that envelope slides under my door. What twisted scheme are they cooking up next that could shatter everything I hold dear? That envelope? Plain white. No return address from some law office downtown. My hands were shaking so bad, I almost ripped it in half just getting it open. Inside, a petition. Not divorce papers from Nolan. Nah, that would have been too clean. This was Nolan and Cassie suing me for return of sentimental family property, aka Grandma's sapphire ring still sitting on my finger. Their claim? Since Cassie's carrying the next generation, the ring was intended for the mother of Nolan's first child. They wanted a court order forcing me to hand it over before the baby dropped. I read that shit 3 times in the hallway, barefoot, heart slamming against the wall so hard my neighbor poked her head out. I laughed, like ugly, manic, scary-ass laugh, because are you kidding me? This man I shared a bed, a dog, and a damn Netflix password with for 7 years is now dragging me to court so his side chick, my own blood, can rock my heirloom while pushing out his kid? I called Nolan, straight to voicemail, texted Cassie, scene zoned. So I drove to my parents' house, ring glinting under the streetlights like it knew war was coming. Mom opened the door in her robe, already sighing like I was the drama queen. Dad was on the couch with a beer, muttering, "Here we go." I slapped the papers on the coffee table. Silence. Then Mom goes, "Ava, it's just a ring. The baby is family." Just a ring? Just a ring? I felt something inside me snap, like glass cracking slow. My own mama picking a fetus over her daughter who paid their property taxes last year when Dad's shop went under? I looked her dead in the eyes and said, "Y'all really gonna watch me bleed out and call it rain?" Then I walked out, ring still on, knuckles white. But that night, while they all slept cozy thinking they had me cornered, I opened my phone and started scrolling old screenshots I never deleted. And what I found in those forgotten messages made my blood run ice cold. You won't believe who else was in on the plan from jump. So I'm sitting in my car outside my parents' house at 1 a.m., street lights buzzing, tears dried up because I'm too pissed to cry anymore. Phone in one hand, cold McDonald's fries in the other. I opened the group chat I'd muted months ago, but one Cassie named Fam Bam Heart. Thought I'd just skim for proof they'd been plotting the ring grab. But nah, y'all. I had to scroll all the way back to last Christmas. And there it was. Nolan texting Cassie at 3:17 a.m. while I was working Christmas Eve overnight. "She's gonna be gone 16 hours straight. Come over. I miss you." Cassie, bet, wearing the red set you like, Diminy do. Then 2 weeks later, Mom gets added to the chat. Mom! And Cassie sends a selfie in my freaking engagement robe, caption, "Future Mrs. Feels? Oh yes?" Nolan replies with the heart eyes emoji. Mom drops a, "Ha ha ha, so cute you two." I'm zooming in on these timestamps like a damn FBI agent, chest getting tighter with every swipe. There's Nolan sending Cassie Venmos labeled baby stuff while I'm still paying our joint Amex. Cassie posting ultrasound pics in the chat before she even told me she was pregnant. Dad commenting, "Proud grandpa era loading," under a picture of Nolan kissing her belly. But the one that made me almost throw my phone through the windshield? March 9th. Cassie, "Ava's ring looks better on me anyway, lol. Should I just keep it when we tell her?" Nolan, "Let's play the long game. She'll crack and hand it over when she sees how happy we are." Mom, "I'll talk to her. She's always been too attached to things." My own mother co-signing the robbery of my engagement ring before the baby even had a heartbeat. I screenshot everything, hands shaking so bad the pictures came out blurry at first. By sunrise, I had a whole Google Drive folder labeled receipts. But the real gut punch was the voicemail I found next, timestamped the night Cassie took the pregnancy test. And when I hit play, the voice on the other end wasn't Nolan's. It was someone I trusted even more than my own blood. Keep scrolling because this betrayal runs deeper than any of y'all are ready for. I'm in my bedroom, lights off, phone screen the only glow, earbuds jammed in so deep my ears hurt. I hit play on that voicemail from the night Cassie peed on the stick. It's not Nolan. It's my best friend since middle school, Jasmine, the one who was supposed to be my maid of honor. Jasmine's voice, all giggles and whiskey. "Girl, you did it! 2 lines, boom!" Nolan said Ava's shift on in until 7 a.m., so y'all got the whole apartment tonight to celebrate. I'm literally screaming, "That ring is gonna look fire on you when she finally breaks and gives it up." Cassie laughing. She's so clueless, Jazz. Keeps saying, "Something feels off. Bitch, what's off is you still wearing my future ring." Jasmine, facts. I already told her mom she needs to convince Ava family comes first. Mrs. Karen ate that shit up. Then Nolan in the background. "Tell Jazz thanks for keeping Ava busy at the bar last weekend. Made everything so easy." I had to pause it. My stomach flipped like I was free falling. Jasmine, the girl who held my hair when I puked after nursing clinicals, who flew in when grandma died, was the damn lookout. She was feeding them my schedule, lying to my face, hyping them up while I was crying in her passenger seat about feeling distant from Nolan. I played the rest. They toasted. Glasses clinked. Jasmine says, "To the real missus with the real baby and the real ring." I sat there till the sun came up, replaying it on loop, every laugh carving another piece out of me. But here's the thing they forgot. I'm a trauma nurse. I've seen people bleed out slow and still find a way to fight. And I just found the sharpest knife they ever handed me. Y'all aren't ready for what I walked into that baby shower with 2 weeks later. If your jaw is already on the floor, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell because the way that shower went nuclear is coming next, and you do not want to miss it.
2 weeks later, I'm standing in my parents' backyard, fairy lights twinkling like nothing's wrong, holding a gift bag with a smile plastered on so hard my cheeks cramp. The baby shower. Pink balloons everywhere, it's a girl banner, the whole corny Pinterest vibe. Cassie's in a white flowy dress, looking like a knocked-up angel. Nolan hovering with his hand on her belly like he invented fatherhood. Mom's passing out mimosas. Virgin for the queen, full octane for everyone else. Jasmine's there too, fake hugging me the second I walk in. "Ava, you made it!" I hug her back, extra tight, whisper in her ear, "Wouldn't miss it for the world, babe." She doesn't even flinch. She really thinks I'm still clueless. The gift table is stacked. Diapers, onesies, a $400 stroller my parents bought. My gift is a tiny silver box with a bow. Cassie squeals when she sees it from Big Sis. Everyone circles up, phones out, ready for the cute moment. She opens it slow, milking the drama. Inside, a single USB drive on a velvet pillow. Cassie blinks. Thanks? I smile all sweet. It's a slideshow. Memories of the three of us growing up. Thought we could watch it on the big screen before cake. Mom claps. That's so thoughtful. Nolan looks nervous for half a second, but Jasmine grabs the remote like it's no big deal and plugs it in. The 75-inch TV flickers on. First slide, the real love story. Second slide, screenshot of Nolan's 3 a.m. come over text. The backyard goes dead silent except for the projector fan. Third slide, Cassie in my robe. Fourth, Mom's "so cute you two" comment. By the 10th slide, Cassie's screaming, "Turn it off!" But Jasmine's frozen, remote in hand, mouth open like a fish. Guests are gasping, phones flipping to record mode, and I just sip my mimosa, watching the whole fairy tale collapse in 4K. But y'all, I saved the worst photo for last, and when it popped up, even I wasn't ready for who was caught in the background of that celebration night. Drop a like if you think it's another family member. Comment your guess, because next part is straight chaos. The slideshow's rolling, backyard looking like a crime scene in pastel. Slide 15 hits and the photo's grainy. Timestamp 2:47 a.m., the night Cassie took the pregnancy test. It's Nolan and Cassie on our couch, her legs over his lap, champagne flutes raised. Cute, right? Except in the background, clear as day, my cousin Derek, Mom's favorite nephew, the one who always called me Big Sis even though we're the same age, is holding the camera, grinning like he just won the lottery. Derek, who borrowed $8K from me last year for his startup and never paid back a dime. Derek, who told me 2 months ago, "Ava, you deserve better than Nolan. Dump his ass." Derek, who apparently was the third leg of this whole damn circus. The backyard erupts. Aunties clutching pearls, uncles yelling, "What the hell?" Mom drops her mimosa. Glass shatters like gunshot. Cassie screaming, "That's photoshopped." Nolan lunges for the projector cord, trips over a gift bag, eats dirt. Jasmine finally yanks the USB, but half the guests already airdropped the files to themselves. TikTok's about to eat. Derek bolts for the gate. I step in front of him, voice low, "You owe me $8,000, cuz. Pay up in truth or I'm calling the cops for theft right now." He freezes, sweatier than Texas asphalt. Cassie's full-on ugly crying, mascara rivers. Nolan's on his knees picking up shards like that's gonna fix this. Then Mom grabs my arm, hissing, "You're ruining my baby's day!" I look her dead in the eyes and say, "Nah, sis, you ruined my whole damn life. I'm just returning the favor." The cops actually showed up 20 minutes later, but not for me. Y'all are not ready for who called 911 and what they confessed on the driveway. Smash that like button if your blood pressure is already through the roof, because the next drop is pure insanity. The cops roll up like it's a damn Netflix finale. 2 squad cars, lights painting the pink balloons red and blue. Everyone's still screaming. Cassie's on the grass having a full meltdown. Nolan's trying to play hero, yelling, "She's pregnant, give her space." Derek's halfway over the fence like a raccoon caught in trash. Then I see who called them. My dad. Yeah. The same man who told me family first 2 hours ago is standing on the porch, phone in one hand, beer in the other, looking like he aged 10 years. He waves the officers over and says, loud enough for the whole block to hear, "Officers, I need to report fraud. My daughter Cassie and my future son-in-law forged my signature on a life insurance policy change 6 months ago, made themselves the sole beneficiaries. I just found the paperwork in the grill cabinet." Dead. Silence. Cassie stops mid-sob. Nolan goes ghost white. Mom screams, "Richard, what are you doing?" like he just set the house on fire. Dad doesn't even look at her. He hands the cop a manila folder, same kind of folder I use for my receipts, and says, "There's also texts where they joke about me not being around much longer after the baby comes. I ain't waiting to find out what that means." Turns out, Dad wasn't clueless. He'd been playing dumb, gathering his own evidence while they partied in his house. Man went full John Wick on his own family. Cassie tries to run, trips over her own dress. One cop cuffs Derek for the outstanding warrant I wrote him about. Nolan starts begging Dad, "We were gonna put you in a nice home, I swear." Dad just spits on the lawn and says, "Should've thought about that before you slept with both my daughters, son." I'm standing there, ring-catching the police lights like a disco ball, feeling 0 tears, all shock. But the real bomb Dad saved for last. He turns to me, voice cracking for the first time, and says the words that flipped my whole childhood upside down in one sentence. Y'all aren't ready. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what he told me next changed who I thought I was my entire life. Dad waits till the cops haul Derek into the back seat. Cassie's still screaming from the grass. Nolan's face down getting cuffed for the insurance fraud. The whole block's outside filming. Dad walks straight to me, eyes red but stone cold sober, and grabs both my hands like he's afraid I'll vanish. "Ava, you ain't Karen's." I swear the crickets stopped chirping. My brain blue-screened. He keeps going, voice low so only I hear. "Back when your mama and I were on the rocks, she had a 6-month fling with her boss at the dental office. I came home early one day, found him. She swore it was over, begged me to stay for the baby she was already carrying, you. I loved you the second you came out screaming with my nose, so I signed the birth certificate anyway. Raised you as mine. But blood, you're his." I'm swaying, rings suddenly heavy as a brick. Mom's across the yard, mascara streaked, yelling, "Richard, shut up!" But he ignores her. That man? Victor Langford. Rich white dude who owned half the strip malls in town. He paid Karen hush money every year on your birthday. I just found the last check stub in Cassie's room. She was blackmailing Mom with it, threatening to tell you unless Mom helped them get the ring and the house. I look at Cassie, still on the ground, snot bubbling and everything clicking. She wasn't just stealing my fiancé, she was making sure the real daughter got everything, while the secret love child got nothing. Dad pulls me into a hug that smells like beer and Old Spice and 29 years of lies. "You're still my baby girl, always will be." Police lights still flashing, neighbors live streaming, and I'm standing there realizing I just lost a sister, a mom, a fiancé,
and gained a whole different daddy in the same 5 minutes. But the DNA test I ordered that night? Y'all, the results came back with a percentage that broke the internet when I posted them. Smash that like button if you're Team Ava. Comment DNA don't lie if you're ready for next, because the real father just DM'd me and he's loaded and pissed. 3 days after the backyard turned into a circus, I'm sitting in my apartment eating cold lo mein straight from the carton when my phone pings with an Instagram DM from an account with 300K followers and a blue check. At Victor Langford Official. Ava, it's your father, the real one. We need to talk. I just watched the live stream. I'm sorry I was a coward for 29 years. I'm in Dallas tonight. Private jet. I'll send a car if you'll let me explain. No cameras, no lawyers yet, just you and me. I stared at that message so long, the screen went black. This man is Texas oil money, owns half the Cowboys Stadium billboards, married to some former Miss USA, 3 legitimate kids at SMU, and now he's claiming me? I said yes. Car showed up at 2 a.m., black Escalade, driver in a suit, holding a sign that just said princess. Corny, but my heart was jackhammering. We met at a closed rooftop bar downtown. Victor's taller than I pictured, salt and pepper beard, eyes the exact hazel I see in the mirror every morning. First thing he does is slide a paternity test across the table. Already done from hair he paid a PI to snag off my hairbrush last year when he suspected 99.9998% match. Then he drops the bomb. Your grandmother's sapphire ring, it was never your mom's side. It was my mother's. I gave it to Karen to hold for the daughter I couldn't claim. She was supposed to give it to you on your 21st birthday. Instead, she let Cassie wear it like a trophy. He puts a velvet box on the table, opens it. Same ring, but now it's been reset with 2 extra diamonds on the band. I had it fixed. It's yours. Always was. I'm crying, ugly crying, and this billionaire is tearing up too. But then his phone buzzes. He looks, face goes dark. It's Cassie. She just posted on her story that the baby might not be Nolan's and tagged me. Y'all, my jaw is still on the floor. Hit that like button if you think Cassie is lying again. Comment DNA round 2 because tomorrow the baby daddy drama goes nuclear and Victor just hired the best lawyer in Texas to make sure I get every single thing I deserve. The next morning, I wake up to my phone exploding. 40K new followers, TMZ headline screaming, Texas billionaire claims nurse in viral baby shower meltdown. Cassie's story is still up, a blurry ultrasound pic with the caption, plot twist, baby girl might have link for blood after all, #family secrets, #daddy issues. Victor's lawyer, Miss Ramirez, sharp bob, sharp a tongue, is already at my kitchen table with Starbucks and a stack of paperwork thicker than a Bible. She slides the paternity demand across the counter like it's casual Tuesday. We're filing emergency motion today. Cassie has 48 hours to submit the fetus for non-invasive prenatal paternity testing, or we freeze every asset she's touched, including the GoFundMe she started last night, titled Help Single Mom After Evil Sister Ruined Shower. I'm still in yesterday's hoodie, hair looking like a raccoon's nest, and this woman is talking about freezing accounts with 6 figures I didn't even know existed. Turns out Victor's been putting money in a trust for me since I was born. Cassie found out, told Nolan, and that's when the get the ring plus make Ava pay plan went into overdrive. By noon, we're at the lab. Cassie shows up in oversized sunglasses, Nolan trailing like a kicked puppy, Mom crying in the waiting room. The tech swabs my cheek first, then Cassie's. Nolan refuses, screaming, "This is harassment," until security escorts him out. Results take 4 hours. When the email pings, Victor, Miss Ramirez, and I are in his penthouse suite overlooking Dallas. I open it with one finger. Paternity probability for Nolan, 0.00%. Paternity probability for Victor Langford, 99.9997%. Cassie's baby is my half-sister.
and Victor's legitimate fourth child. Victor just aged 10 years in 10 seconds. Cassie's scream echoes through the hallway before security even opens the door. But the real kicker, the trust fund Cassie's been trying to steal, it just doubled because now there's another heir, and Victor is rewriting the entire will tonight. Y'all, the courtroom showdown in 72 hours is about to be straight up Jerry Springer meets Succession. Drop a trust fund baby in the comments if you're locked in for part 11, because Cassie just lawyered up with the one person who hates Victor more than she hates me, and it's about to get ugly.
72 hours later, the Dallas County Courthouse looks like a damn red carpet premiere. Paparazzi, news vans, TikTokers doing that stupid walk-in slow-mo thing. I step out the Escalade in a black pantsuit Victor's stylist overnighted, ring blazing on my finger like a middle finger errangy. Victor's on my left, Ms. Ramirez on my right, looking like she eats nails for breakfast. Cassie waddles up in a maternity dress 2 sizes too small, Nolan trailing with a busted lip, guess karma caught him in the parking lot, and holding Cassie's hand, Victor's ex-wife. Former Miss USA 1998, Tiffany Langford, Botox frozen and venom dripping. Y'all, the gasp was audible from the street. Turns out when Cassie's original lawyer bailed, she slid into Tiffany's DMs crying, "Poor pregnant mistress," and Tiffany said, "Bet." She hates Victor so much she's willing to rep the chick who blew up her marriage just to watch him bleed money. Inside the courtroom, it's standing room only. Judge barely bangs the gavel before Tiffany stands up, voice sweet as arsenic. "Your Honor, my client requests full termination of the secret trust and immediate disbursement to the old-fashioned way, 50% to the mother of Mr. Langford's newest child and 50% to his 3 legitimate children. The plaintiff, Ava Reyes, is an opportunistic adult who has benefited from Mr. Langford's guilt long enough." I almost laughed. Victor didn't flinch. Miss Ramirez just smirked and hit play on the projector. First slide, Cassie's deleted Venmo history, $47K from Tiffany's personal account labeled legal retainer and moving costs. Second slide, Tiffany and Cassie at brunch last week, Tiffany's caption, "Teaching this king how to lose his crown, queen emoji." The judge's eyebrow hit the ceiling. Then Ms. Ramirez drops the nuke. Audio of Tiffany telling Cassie, "Once the baby's born and the money's split, we drown Ava in lawsuits till she's homeless. I've done it before." Courtroom lost its damn mind. Tiffany lunged at the laptop, bailiffs tackled her. Cassie started hyperventilating into a Whataburger bag. Judge slammed the gavel so hard it echoed like thunder and said the words we all waited for. Emergency guardianship of the unborn child granted to Ava Reyes until further investigation. Trust remains frozen. Mrs. Langford, you're in contempt. I looked at Cassie, fake tears dried up real quick, and mouthed, "Checkmate." But y'all, when we walked out, Victor handed me one last envelope, and what was inside changes whether I'm walking away rich or walking away a mother. Smash that like button if you already know what's coming, and part 12 is about to break the whole internet. We're back in Victor's penthouse, blinds half drawn, Dallas skyline glittering like it's rooting for me. He hands me a thick cream envelope with my name handwritten and fountain pen ink. Inside, one sheet of heavy stationery and a Polaroid. The letter reads, "Ava, I added a codicil at 3 a.m. last night. If you choose, the trust converts to a special needs guardianship fund the second that baby takes her first breath. You become sole legal guardian. Cassie gets supervised visitation only. Tiffany gets nothing. Nolan gets a bus ticket and a restraining order. The baby will grow up with the best doctors, schools, and the one person in this mess who's never lied to protect herself. You. No pressure. Say no and you still walk with $42 million cash tomorrow. Say yes and you get the money anyway, plus my granddaughter calling you mama. Whatever you choose, I'm proud you're mine. Dad." The Polaroid? It's me at 6 months old, asleep on Victor's bare chest in a hospital bed I've never seen. On the back, in faded Sharpie, first and only time I held her, 1996. I'm sobbing so hard the paper shakes. Downstairs, the news is live. Cassie just got arrested in the courthouse bathroom trying to snort Adderall to calm her nerves. Nolan's on camera. Footage leaked, him selling the baby's future college fund to a crypto scammer. Tiffany's mugshot is already trending. My phone buzzes. Unknown number, Texas area code. I answer. A tiny, broken voice whispers, "Ava, I don't want them. I just want the baby to be safe. Please take her." It's Cassie, crying for real this time. I look at the Polaroid again, then at the Dallas lights, then at Victor, Dad, waiting silently by the window. I already know what I'm choosing. But y'all, the DNA results on the amniotic fluid just came back with one final twist nobody saw coming, not even Victor. Drop a Mama Ava in the comments if you're ready for part 13, because the real father of Cassie's baby isn't Nolan, isn't Victor. And when that name popped up on the report, the entire hospital floor heard me scream. I'm in the hospital waiting room at 4:17 a.m., still clutching Victor's letter, when Ms. Ramirez speed walks in holding a sealed lab envelope like it's a live grenade. She doesn't even sit, just rips it open and slaps the paper on the table. Fetal paternity, 99.9999% match to Derek Langford. My cousin Derek, Victor's nephew, the same Derek who was filming Cassie and Nolan that night, the same Derek who owed me $8,000, the same Derek who got hauled ass over the fence at the baby shower. Turns out, while Cassie was playing musical daddies, she was also sleeping with Derek to keep him quiet about the insurance scam. He thought the baby was Nolan's safety net. She thought it was Victor's lottery ticket. Nobody thought to tell Derek he actually hit the jackpot. Victor's blood just one generation removed. Victor reads the name, face going gray. That little bastard is my brother's boy, which makes this baby my granddaughter and my great niece. Lord have mercy. Security footage from the jail just dropped too. Derek, in an orange jumpsuit, screaming, "Tell Cassie I want my daughter," while Cassie in the next holding cell is yelling back, "You were just a backup plan, loser." The entire bloodline is imploding in real time. But the real kicker? Derek's mom, Victor's sister, just called Victor crying, offering to trade her voting shares in the family oil company if he makes this go away. Victor looked at me, eyes blazing, and said, "No more secrets, no more payoffs." Then he asked me the one question that turned my whole world upside down again. "Ava, you still want this baby?" I looked at the sonogram the nurse slipped me earlier, tiny fists, heartbeat like a hummingbird, and I already knew. But y'all, the name I'm putting on that birth certificate in 6 weeks, it ain't Langford. Comment Mama Ava wins if you're ready for part 14, because the delivery room is about to have more billionaires, cops, and DNA tests than a Maury episode on steroids. Six weeks later, I'm in the delivery suite at Baylor University Medical Center, VIP wing, looking like a damn action movie finale. Victor's on one side in a custom suit, Miss Ramirez on the other with a briefcase full of pre-signed custody papers. 2 armed off-duty cops at the door because Derek tried to bribe a nurse to sneak in wearing scrubs. Cassie's in the bed, legs in stirrups, screaming bloody murder, half from contractions, half from rage. The OB keeps yelling, "Push on the next one," and Cassie locks eyes with me and spits, "You'll never be a terrible mother, just like you were a terrible sister." I lean in real close, voice sweet as honey. Keep pushing, sis. That's my daughter you're squeezing out. Another contraction hits. She bears down. The room goes quiet except for monitors beeping. Then, tiny, wet, furious cry. The nurse lifts her up. Perfect. Pink. Mine. Victor cuts the cord himself. Cassie's sobbing, reaching out, but the second the placenta's out, Miss Ramirez slaps the emergency custody order on the tray table. Judge already signed it at 3 a.m. Cassie gets 0 rights until she completes rehab and psych eval. Derek's locked up on new fraud charges. Nolan's in Arkansas hiding from child support. I cradle the baby, her little fist wraps around my pinky, and I whisper the name I picked weeks ago. Welcome to the world, Sage Ava Langford Reyes. Victor's crying, real billionaire tears. He hands me a new velvet box. Inside, a tiny platinum baby ring with the same sapphire from Grandma's ring, resized for Sage. Cameras outside are losing their minds. TMZ's calling it the billion-dollar baby heist. But as I'm kissing Sage's forehead, the nurse walks in with one last envelope. Prenatal records update. I open it. There's a second paternity match listed. Probability 99.9999%. And the name on it? Y'all. My hands are shaking so bad, I almost dropped my daughter. Comment who is it if you're ready for next, because the man who just walked through that hospital door claiming to be Sage's real father is someone I buried 6 years ago. The door swings open slow, like a horror movie jump scare that forgot to jump. And there he stands, Mateo Cruz, my high school sweetheart. The one who supposedly OD'd in a Miami motel 6 years ago, the one I cried over for 2 straight years, tattooed his initials on my ribcage for, still light a candle for every November 3rd. Except he's breathing, tan, jacked, eyes the same whiskey brown, wearing a 10K watch and a look that says he's been waiting for this exact second. The entire room freezes. Victor's hand goes for his phone. Ms. Ramirez steps in front of me in Sage like a linebacker. Cassie, still bloody, still hooked to monitors, starts laughing like a hyena. Told y'all this baby got options. Mateo ignores all of them, walks straight to me, eyes locked on Sage, voice low. Hey, Evita, she's got my mom's nose. I can't breathe. My dead boyfriend is alive and claiming my daughter. He pulls out a folded DNA report, dated yesterday, done in secret while Cassie was in jail. 99.9999% match. Then he drops the real bomb. I've been in witness protection since 2019. The feds faked my death after I testified against a cartel. Cassie found me on a burner account last year, told me she was pregnant with my kid, begged for money. I paid to keep her quiet. Then she ghosted and started the Langford grift. Victor looks like he's having a stroke. Cassie's monitor starts screaming tachycardia. Mateo reaches out, gentle, and touches Sage's tiny hand. She stops crying instantly. I'm here to take my family home, Ava. You, her, us. I never stopped loving you. My dead boyfriend just rose from the grave and wants the daughter I just signed papers for. Y'all, I'm holding a newborn and a resurrection at the same time. Comment, he ain't dead if your soul just left your body, because coming up next is the moment I have to choose between a billionaire empire and the ghost who still has my whole heart. I'm still cradling Sage, her little heartbeat thumping against my chest like a drum, when the room splits in half. On my left, Victor, billionaire dad, eyes wet, whispering, Ava, that man's a ghost with a rap sheet longer than I-35. You and Sage walk with me right now. You'll never have to work another night shift. Private schools, trust funds, security forever. On my right, Mateo, the boy I buried, the man I just unburied, voice cracking. Evita,
I faked my death to keep you safe. I watched your Instagram from burner accounts, cried at your graduation pics, sent you those anonymous Uber Eats when you were broke in nursing school. I'm clean now. Federal pardon sealed, new name, new life. All I want is the rest of my days is you and our daughter. No money, just us. Cassie's laughing again from the bed, high on whatever pain meds they just pushed. Pick one, sis. Billionaire sugar daddy or cartel baby daddy. Place your bets. The monitors are screaming. Nurses rushing in. Sage starts wailing. I look down at her perfect face, then up at both men who swear they're her future. Then I do the most Ava thing I've ever done. I walk straight past both of them, out the door, down the hall, into the chapel that's blessedly empty at 5 a.m. I sit in the front pew, Sage asleep on my chest, and I whisper to her, "Baby girl, nobody's gonna own you. Not money, not ghosts, not blood. You and me, we're the only story that matters now." Behind me, the chapel door creaks open. Footsteps, 2 sets of them. Both men walk in side by side, looking like they just aged 10 years. Victor speaks first. "We'll co-parent, whatever you need." Mateo nods. No more secrets, ever. I look between them, heart still bleeding but steady. Cool, y'all can start by buying diapers and shutting the hell up. Then I stand up, Sage against my heart, and walk out to meet the sunrise. But y'all, the text that just lit up my phone from a blocked number, it's from someone who says they have the video of the night Sage was really conceived. And it ain't Mateo, it ain't Derek, and it sure as hell ain't Nolan. Comment blocked number if you're ready for the next, because the final DNA twist is about to make the entire hospital shut down. I'm in the hospital parking garage at 6:03 a.m., Sage strapped to my chest in her little tie-dye onesie, Victor and Mateo flanking me like mismatched bodyguards when the blocked number texts again. Check your email. Subject line, "The real night." Don't let them delete it. It's on a timer. I open it, right there under the flickering fluorescent lights. One video file, 11 minutes, 47 seconds. File name, Cassie_truth_4K.mp4. I hit play before either man can stop me. It's Cassie, 8 months ago, drunk as hell in a hotel suite I don't recognize. She's holding the camera selfie style, laughing, mascara already running. Future me, if this ever leaks, just know you were lit and the money was worth it. She pans the room. 4 dudes in masks, cartel-looking ink, guns on the nightstand. One steps forward, pulls his mask off. It's the doctor who just delivered Sage, head of OB at this very hospital, Dr. freaking Michael Brandt, married, kids, golf handicap on the hospital website. Cassie's voice, slurred but proud, paid this man $250K cash to harvest my eggs, mix them with anonymous donor sperm from the top 1% Ivy League bank, then implant them the next day. Whole fam thinks it's some dramatic love child, but baby girl in there, she's custom ordered genius DNA. No messy baby daddies, just pure upgrade. She zooms in on the embryo transfer paperwork signed by Dr. Brandt himself. Timestamp matches the exact night she told everyone the pregnancy test turned positive. I drop the phone. It clatters like a gunshot. Victor goes ghost white. Mateo actually staggers because Sage, my daughter, the one I just fought wars for, isn't related to a single soul in this garage. She's a designer baby cooked up in a hotel room so Cassie could scam every man who ever looked at her. The elevator dings behind us. Dr. Brandt steps out in fresh scrubs, smiling like he's here for rounds. He freezes when he sees the phone screen still glowing on the ground.
Then he bolts. Victor and Mateo take off after him in unison, first and only time they'll ever agree on anything. I just stand there, Sage's tiny breath warm against my neck, and whisper, "Guess what, baby girl? Turns out you really are only mine." But y'all, the email auto-deleted itself 30 seconds later, except I already airplayed it to the maternity ward TV screens upstairs. Part 19 is the moment the entire floor watches the truth drop and the feds raid the hospital mid-morning. Comment designer baby if you're ready for the finale, because the real father's name on that donor profile is about to cancel Christmas for half of Dallas.
8:45 a.m. and the whole maternity floor just turned into the Super Bowl of chaos. I'm still in the parking garage holding Sage when the first screen echoes from the elevators, then another, then every TV on the ward, the ones in the hallways, the waiting rooms, the nurses' station, all go black at once. Then light up with Cassie's drunk confession on loop, 80-inch 4K glory, volume cranked to 11. Custom-ordered genius DNA, no messy baby daddies. Nurses drop charts. New dads drop their Whataburger breakfast. One grandma straight up faints into a potted plant. Up on the 10th floor, Dr. Brandt is sprinting down the corridor in his white coat, Victor and Mateo chasing him like it's an action movie. He slams into a crash cart, IV poles flying everywhere, and gets tackled by two off-duty Dallas PD who were visiting their newborn. Feds roll in hot, 3 black SUVs, windbreakers, the whole alphabet soup. They cuff Brandt right there in front of the nursery window while babies sleep like nothing's happening. Meanwhile, in the lobby, the donor profile Cassie bragged about flashes on screen next. Donor hashtag TX7771. Photo, a 25-year-old Harvard med student, 6'4", 160 IQ, perfect vision, no genetic diseases. Name on the file? Benjamin Langford Reyes. Victor's jaw hits the floor so hard it echoes. Because Benjamin Langford Reyes is Victor's secret son from a college fling, the one he hid even from me, my half-brother, the brother I never knew existed. Cassie didn't just buy elite sperm, she bought Langford sperm, so Sage is still blood, my niece and my daughter in one genetically insane package. Victor looks at me, tears streaming, and says the wildest sentence I've ever heard a billionaire say. Guess I'm a grandpa and an uncle now, and still paying for therapy for everybody. I just laugh, kiss Sage's tiny head, and whisper, "Welcome to the family, baby girl. It's batshit crazy, but it's yours." And as the feds haul Cassie out in handcuffs, screaming that the baby was supposed to be perfect, I walk out the front doors into the Texas sun, ring on my finger, daughter on my chest, 2 dads trailing behind me arguing over who gets to buy the first pony. Sometimes the messiest betrayals give you the most beautiful plot twists. And that, y'all, is how I turned my cheating fiancé, evil sister, fake dead boyfriend, secret billionaire dad, and a designer baby into the wildest happy ending Dallas has ever seen. Drop a Sage wins in the comments if you rode this whole ride with me. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because the epilogue is coming next, 1 year later, and it's even crazier. 1 year later. I'm standing on the back porch of the ranch Victor gifted me for my 30th birthday, 600 acres outside Austin, longhorns grazing, Sage toddling barefoot in the grass, chasing bubbles. She's got my curls, Victor's hazel eyes, and zero clue her origin story could crash Netflix servers. Cassie's doing 18 months in federal for fraud and conspiracy. Nolan's pumping gas in Oklahoma under a new name. Derek's still locked up. Dr. Brandt lost his license and his lake house. Tiffany Langford moved to Cabo and hasn't been seen since. Mateo? He's inside right now, flipping pancakes shaped like dinosaurs.
wearing the world's okayest bonus bad apron Sage picked out. Victor's on the patio arguing with him over who gets to pay for her Stanford fund. They both already did. The sapphire ring? I had it melted down, had the stone reset into a necklace that Sage wears on a chain when she's older. Reminder, nothing stolen ever stays stolen. I pick her up, kiss her sticky cheek, and she giggles, "Mama, more bubbles!" And I think, this is what winning looks like. Not revenge, not billions. Just peace, loud-ass family dinners, and a little girl who will never, ever have to clean up anybody else's mess. So if your sister, your man, your mama, your best friend, hell, your whole bloodline ever betrayed you, remember Ava and Sage. You don't need their apology. You don't need their money. You just need to keep walking until the sun hits your face and the right people run to catch up. That's the real tea. That's the whole story. Now do me one last favor, Queen. Smash that like button if this series healed something in you. Drop Sage Wins one final time. Subscribe and turn on all notifications because every week I'm dropping the full director's cut with never-before-seen receipts, jail calls, betrayal, tragedy, and much more. Thank you for riding shotgun through the wildest year of my life. I love y'all. See you in the next story. Now go win your own damn plot twist.